Anthropic just donated MCP to the Linux Foundation and almost nobody is talking about it. Let's take a peek into what we are building today. I have this large AWS bill that we will analyze at 167 times lower cost using file system and code execution MCP servers configured right into your system. We will get results without passing the file to Claude. If you are building AI systems that actually need to work in production, this video might save you thousands of dollars a month without compromising security. So stick with me till the end of this video. First, let me explain the problem that's burning through everyone's AI budgets. If you have built MCP agents, you know the pain. Every tool definition eats tokens. Every intermediate result goes through the model. Large payloads costs you real money and context limits hit fast. Most MCP setups work like this. You push the entire file straight through the LLM, logs, metrics, billing data, and user exports any type of file. Everything gets tokenized and processed by the model. Let me show you what this looks like in practice. This AWS billing file right here is 569 kilobytes. Doesn't sound big, right? But when you tokenize it for an LLM, that becomes 277,000 tokens just to read the file. And now let's translate that into real cost. Claude Opus costs $15 per million tokens. One query on the CSV file costs you over $4. If you run that hourly into production, you are burning $37,000 a year just to understand your own billing data. And that's just one file. Imagine you have log files, user data, export sales reports, system metrics, and so on. Each query becomes a budget nightmare. But here's the mental shift that changes everything. You don't need the model to read your data, you need it to decide what code to run. This is where MCP code execution comes in. With this approach, the model never sees the CSV. Instead, it writes Python code. That code runs locally right next to your file, and this part is crucial for production systems. The file never leaves your machine. Your data stays inside your own environment. Here's how you configure this in Claude Desktop. First, clone the MCP servers repository from GitHub. Anthropic maintains official servers for file system access and code execution. You can find these in the Model Context Protocol Servers repo. Install the dependencies and build the file system server. This gives Claude direct access to a designated directory on your machine. Then configure Claude Desktop by editing the MCP config file. You will specify the path to your build server and the data directory you want Claude to access. For code execution, you can use the built-in server or build a custom one. The custom approach gives you full control over the sandbox environment, security policies, and which Python packages are available. Once configured, restart Claude Desktop. You will see the MCP tools appear in the interface. Claude can now read files from your local directory and execute Python code in your sandbox. Let me show you this in action with my actual billing file. I ask one simple question: which services cost more than $500 in November 2025? Watch what happens. No upload occurs, no data gets transferred anywhere. Claude writes Python code and executes it in my local sandbox. A few seconds later, I have my answer, a clean list of services and exactly how much they cost in November. Same result you would get by dumping the entire CSV into the model. I have put together a complete setup guide with configs and code examples in the description below. If this video helped you understand why code execution matters for production AI, hit the like button. Subscribe for more production grade AI engineering content. See you in the next one.